The epic battle of good versus slightly less good but still pretty good in the long run, by Akumo Kagetsugu. I am terribly sorry if I mispronounced that. Read for you by ASTRO BRONY. Princess Celestia had just gotten ready to settle in for a long night of sleep, the pale moon shining in brightly through her bedroom window. With her golden tiara in one hoof, Celestia stifled a yawn and began to clamber into bed after a long day of guiding the sun, free at last for just a little while from the constant politics of the castle. At least, she would have snuggled into bed for a good night's sleep, were it not for the fact that something rather large and puffy had suddenly obstructed her view. Celestia pulled the pillow from her face in mild astonishment. The sound of high-pitched giggling reached her ears. "Very funny, Luna," she spoke loudly, turning with a light frown on her face to find no pony else in her room. She watched carefully as another pillow slowly floated up from the bed, and Celestia stifled a grin. It would appear that Luna was attempting to attack blindly then. With grace, Celestia pawed the unruly pillow out of the air, only to be ungracefully slapped in the back of the head by another pillow that flew up from behind her. "Oh ho!" Celestia magically levitated several of the pillows in a golden glow, bolting out the door and after a madly cackling Princess of the Night. "It is on!" "Not if you cannot catch me!" Princess Luna taunted back over her shoulder, wild grin growing wider as she darted past a significantly surprised guard. He huffed seriously, straightening his armor again, only to be nearly bowled over by Celestia as she galloped past him at top speed. "Come back here, you!" Celestia snickered, magically hurling a pillow down the hall after the fleeing mare. It smacked her with an unexpectedly loud thump in the rump, causing Luna to jump and yelp in surprise. "Ha-ha!" Luna giggled again, fiendishly, chucking a couple of pillows behind her to stall her dreaded opponent. "You shall not best me, tyrant!" "We will see about that, Lulu," Celestia vowed, struggling to keep from laughing as Luna rounded a corner and skidded roughly over the polished floor, nearly crashing into an empty suit of armor. Princess Celestia, however, was not quite so fortunate, for in her haste she accidentally knocked the suit clean off its pedestal. A heavy helmet landed with a loud clang over her head, but only managed to spin uselessly over the tip of her horn. The added obstruction only made keeping her foe in sight all the more difficult, and Celestia flapped her enormous porcelain wings to gain momentum on the steadily shrieking mare. Luna was screaming and laughing simultaneously as she barreled through the hall, and they earned quite a few stares from thoroughly surprised guards. Luna cheered in success as she sharply turned another corner in the stone passage, certain that victory was in her grasp. Without warning, Celestia teleported directly in front of her in a flash of brilliant golden light. Backpedaling with a gasp, Luna brought up her last pillow as a means of defense. Celestia, the slowly spinning helmet still dangling atop her horn, menacingly began approaching with a slew of pillows raised. "Now then," Celestia puffed, an irritated smile itching onto her face. "Any last words, O dreaded assailant?" After a moment's pause, in which Princess Luna held a hoof to her chin in thought, she nodded. Luna did not manage to finish her sentence, as a pillow with a golden aura surrounding it swiftly began walloping her on the side of the head. Cackling hysterically, Luna swung with her feathery weapon, and battled as many floating pillows away as she could. There were many, but they all fell before her pillowy might, like tin soldiers before an angry wind. Many mourned the loss of so many pillows, and a monument would later be built in honor of their bravery and sacrifice. For that moment, however, Princess Luna had nearly overcome her sister's nigh impenetrable fortress of flying pillows, save for the one that was in Celestia's mouth. "Aha!" Luna crowed in victory as the last of the levitating pillows was knocked aside, and Luna flared her wings. They cast a dark shadow over the hall as Celestia began retreating, and lowered her head, bowing ever so slowly as she backed away. "Forsooth, surely you could have seen that I could not be defeated!" Luna pranced back and forth on her left and right hooves in excitement, drawing closer to her helpless prey. However, Celestia was obviously not helpless, as she still had the pillow that remained in her mouth. With an almighty uppercut, Celestia slammed Luna in the chin with enough force to knock over an entire teacup. Flustered and spluttering, Luna blinked and spat out feathers in surprise as the giggling Princess of the Sun tackled her, causing them to both roll haphazardly over a multitude of heartlessly destroyed Dow pillows. Luna shrieked, teetering madly as she attempted to throw off her larger sister, but to no avail. Celestia was simply too determined to tickle her to ever break free from her iron grasp. Not that Luna didn't try, of course. "Now I've gotcha! Gotcha, 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 go!" With all her might, Luna flapped her wings and slapped Celestia with as many pillows as she could, gasping for breath and wheezing through her mad cackles. Between sharp breaths, Luna finally managed to choke out, "I surrender! I surrender!" "Too late! Too late!" Celestia teased her, but finally ceased her relentless barrage of terrifying tickles. She nuzzled her sister just beneath the chin, and they both lay simply in a mess of muddle of pillows and feathers, and one still spinning helmet, that implied so much chaos that it would have made Discord's head spin. They breathed heavily for a while, the sound of their breathing the only thing in the hall, at least until Celestia reared up her head and looked hard at her sister. "I do hope you realize I'm not cleaning this up," Luna eloquently replied with a raspberry. And so, the attempted coup to overthrow Princess Celestia's pillowy reign was halted in its tracks, and wickedness was finally defeated for good. Wickedness also managed to talk a poor guard into cleaning up the enormous mess. And the epic battle of good versus evil was brought to a conclusion, and all was once more peaceful in the land of Equestria. That was the epic battle of good versus slightly less good, but still pretty good in the long run. Alright, everypony, I hope you all enjoyed that one. It was been a little while since I've done anything short like this. Most of the time I'm doing the chapters for Vinyl and Octavia University Days, which, don't worry, is still coming out on Wednesday. You will get your Chapter 9. I mostly did this just because I started to feel that, while some of you really enjoy the chapter stories, there's a good few of you, and by good few I mean mostly really the majority of you, can't get into the chapter stories as much as you can just a small, short, little individual comedy like this. So I thought, hey, I have a bit of time, let's sit down and do a short little story. And here you go. Some slightly big news is that I'm about to reach 100 subscribers. I can't even believe that. 100 oh my god. 100 subscribers. I don't even know how I've gotten to this point, but just thank you everyone who has stood with me and is supporting me through this. It is unbelievable. I never thought I'd get to this point. So for my 100 subscribers special, I'm definitely going to be doing a Q&A, so just start sending in questions. I will answer basically anything you could possibly want to know about me, what I do, really just anything. Just start sending me questions. I don't care. And I will do my best to answer every single one of them. Yeah, that'll be fun. On another note, it's that time of year again, everypony. Yes, it's time for Nightmare Night. At the end of this month, I will be doing a Nightmare Night special. I've already selected one main story for it, but if you have other suggestions, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll try my best. That's really all I have for now, so, until next time, this is ASTRO BRONY, signing off.